What's up, Internet? Kevin here with TLD, bringing you my review of Assassin's Creed 3. After 4 other main releases and a number of side games, the final installment of what was originally a trilogy is finally here, and it's time to see if it's been worth the 5-year wait for all of this build-up. At its core, Assassin's Creed 3 offers a very familiar experience for those of you that have played the series so far. While there are a number of new additions as far as content goes, the core control scheme and overall tactics of the game are very much the same, having players run across rooftops, hide in bales of hay, or blend in with crowds to reduce enemy suspicion. Open combat still focuses on enemies taking turns attacking you with little in the form of actual strategy, but players are given even more options to at least make it look flashy, including combo kills for proper timing or mixing up weapons, and using enemies as human shields to soak bullets. One of the most enjoyable new additions is the ability to free run through tree branches, which makes sneaking up on enemies easy in the wilderness, especially in the wintertime when it's harder to run. While the game's main story may very well be the shortest in the series, Assassin's Creed 3 does offer what feels at least like the largest amount of overall content, with side missions that are actually engaging and interesting, rather than just side ways to make cash. Some of the most notable types include missions to expand and improve your homeland of operations, recruiting new assassins with actual personalities and backstories, some with more interesting methods than others, and my personal favorite, naval missions. Players are able to take the helm of their own ship as captain, and while only a few main story missions make use of this, there are a number of side missions to embark on that include shooting down enemy ships, boarding to take down crews, and even assaulting forts, sometimes in clear skies, other times in the middle of a storm. This is by far the most significant and most interesting addition to the game, and one of the best unique side missions in the series, much better than Revelation's attempt at doing a sort of tower defense game. Multiplayer is back and mostly the same as what we saw back in Revelations, featuring a different cast of characters, new Abstergo videos to unlock, and a few new modes and options, like instead of being assigned targets to kill, players have to take time to identify and kill a target, hopefully not making a bad call. While a fun break from standard multiplayer games, those that have played Revelations will notice not too many differences, and still find themselves having massive stab fests where several players form a conga line of assassination targets. Now to cover some of the ugly bits about the game. While I don't want to go too in-depth on the actual storyline because this is the final entry of a big series a lot of people have been waiting for, I do want to make a few key points about it. Connor's story is enjoyable enough on its own, albeit filled with a few plot holes and what I feel were a few missed opportunities for interesting scenes. But in the end, offers a satisfying experience. Not as grand as Ezio's adventures in 2, but definitely more intriguing than Altair's in the first game. Desmond's side of things, on the other hand, were, at least for me, a big letdown, with vague, anticlimactic events and, in my opinion, a poorly written and executed ending. It's not enough to sour the whole experience, but definitely leaves a bad taste at least after initially finishing the game. Furthermore, this is by far the buggiest Assassin's Creed game to date, at least out of the core series. On numerous occasions I've had random civilians literally pop out of existence in front of me, and I've also had guards react to alert statuses that were taking place before I reloaded a checkpoint. Also, on not once, but on 3 occasions my main weapon literally disappeared from my inventory in the middle of an important mission, so I'd be near the end of a mission, about to kill a target, and then have nothing but a hidden blade and a bow and arrow, and have to go to the nearest shop to have to re-equip it later. I'm also not a big fan of the game's attempt at an economic trade system, which first off feels clunky and more complicated than it needs to be, and at the same time completely unnecessary, as there's very little need to buy anything in the game outside of maybe a new weapon, and you can make more than enough money for that by just having your assassins complete missions in the background, or by opening and lockpicking random chests that you find in town. These problems and personal annoyances aside, the game still manages to pull through and make itself an overall very enjoyable experience, especially for series fans, and is at least worth playing just to experience Connor's story, despite what you may think of Desmond's ending. In the end, I'd have to say that Assassin's Creed 2 is still the peak of the series, but 3 just manages to make itself still better than the original game with all of its repetitiveness. It also does a good job of making itself available for those that haven't played the other games, as it does a decent recap of before, and it's a fun choice for those looking for a not-so-stealthy action game. Well, that's our review of Assassin's Creed 3. If you'd like to check the game out yourself, check the link in the description for pricing and availability. And if you'd like to get the chance to win a brand new 2012 iMac, check this link out right here for our giveaway. And if this is your first time seeing us, make sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of our latest reviews and unboxings. And if you like this vid, go ahead and make sure to hit that like button because it is the easiest way to help out the channel. As always, I'm Kevin for TLD, and I'll see you guys next time.